welcome back to SouthernBellaHome. I'm Sharon, and I'm so glad that you've come to see me again today. I just want to welcome you to our old Southern farmhouse and just talk to you a little bit. It is a messy, rainy, and cold February day here in the South. I tell you what, if you let it, it could really get you down. But I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to get out in the yard and I'm going to make a little video and I'm going to talk to my friends and show y'all a little bit around the farmhouse, because I've been on the inside lots and told you lots about that, but I haven't told you a lot about the outside of our old Southern farmhouse. So here we are at the front door. And I understand this probably does not look like your typical farmhouse entrance, but what you see here, this front room here, used to be the old front porch. The grandson of the original owner bought this property. Now this home was built in 1900, and I hope y'all can hear me. There's some big trucks going by, I'm sorry. Anyway, the original owner sold to his grandson. His grandson did a lot of improvements to the house, and one of the things that he did was enclose the front porch. Now you have to understand his thinking. We are here in the South and the summers are brutal. We have extreme heat and humidity. We have mosquitoes. So we have a gorgeous view of our pond from here. And so I know that they probably wanted to be able to sit in that front room and enjoy that view in the nice, cool air conditioning and not be bitten by bugs. I don't even know if they had air conditioning when his grandson bought it. I know they didn't when the house was built, for sure, in 1900, but I'm not sure if the grandson had AC or not, but at least he had protection from the mosquitoes and the heat of the outside. Now I'm going to camera around and I'm showing you the view. That's the view of the pond in front of our house. And so you can see why he wouldn't have wanted to sit out in the heat, but he would want to be able to sit in his living room to enjoy that view, right? And we do enjoy it. My husband absolutely loves that room. He's already told me if we make any improvements, he wants to keep the big windows that are across the front of that room because he loves looking out. We see hawks and we see a coyote and deer and fox and raccoons. I mean, you name it, we have seen those animals come across this yard. So anyway, what our plans are, we plan on building the front porch back, and we're going to restore the character of this old farmhouse and kind of bring it back to what it looked like in the day it was built. So that's our plans, and I'm pretty excited about it. Not really sure when it's going to happen. You know, when you buy an old place like this, you just take things as they come and you do them as soon as you can, right? Now, up here, I'm going to show you another one of my projects. I don't know how long that little booger's been sitting out here, but I have sneaking suspicions that it's the original bathtub that was in the house. And until I can get it restored, because they are super heavy, it sits out here and gets decorated for the holidays. But I sure do love her, and I have plans for her. If I have my way, she's going to get restored and she's going to get put back in the house. That's what I hope for. So I'm going to walk up here and show y'all. That's my husband's new barn. We just built that new barn this year, just a few months ago. So he's proud of that. And then here we go up here to the garden area. And this is where we've been focusing a lot of our energy the last few days. We haven't had many days at all that have been decent enough to be outside. It has rained constantly, almost every Saturday. If we're in town, it's raining, it seems like. So anyway, here's my garden boxes. My husband built these amazing raised beds for me, and we have worked on them as a family project. We've gotten the dirt in. Now, these front boxes are 4x4. These back boxes are 4x12, and we've already put all of the soil amendments in the big boxes. We've got the dirt in the small boxes, but not the amendments, but we're planning on doing that this week. Now, I've already got my spring veggies planted in these boxes, and I'll show you. you can see the little onions coming up. Onions, and there's onions and carrots. Lots of carrots springing up. So I'm really excited about that. Over here I have spinach and I have Swiss chard. I have beets and radishes and turnips and kale and let's see what else. Garlic. So have quite a bit planned. I'm hoping I'm gonna have a nice little spring crop. And then basically my living room looks like a greenhouse right now because I have seed starter cups everywhere and I'm starting seeds like crazy for the summer garden. Now we'll walk up here and I'm gonna show you another really fun project that we're working on. I'm a very visual person. I like things to be beautiful. And I know myself, and I can deal with it if it's just functional, but I really want it to be functional and beautiful at the same time. So, that said, I had a rose bush growing at my previous home. The rose bush came from my grandmother's house. It used to grow by her back door. We transplanted those 2 roses here, and my fingers are crossed, and I'm hoping and praying they survived last year. I'm not sure. I'm really not. My husband says he thinks that they did. I'm not so sure. But I thought, how beautiful would it be if I had those trailing up over a beautiful archway to walk into the garden? So this past weekend, actually it was Monday. It was last Monday. We had the perfect sunny day to get started on my arch. Now we had a sycamore tree fall down in the yard. So we cut the sycamore tree up and we used it for these corner posts here. Those corner posts. But what we've done is we put a T-bar in there, a T-post. And I'm going to be painting the T-posts gray so that they blend in with the other wood. They're going to get wrapped around with vine, and I'm just going to make a beautiful arch to walk into the garden. Now, you'll see piles of vine, all those piles of vine that you see. I'm so thankful for those. We had a work day back in early January where we were clearing out a 100-year-old muscadine arbor. So fingers crossed on that one too, that we're going to bring it back to life. We only got about halfway through because it got dark on us, and we've had rain since then, so we have not been able to finish cleaning it out. But all of this vine that you see came from that day where we worked out there on it. And I told my husband to save it. I had a vision, and that afternoon I pulled up some images on Google and I showed him some ideas that I was having as far as this arch. And once he can see a visual and kind of get an idea in his mind of what I'm thinking, then he's on board. And he has been totally on board with this. He can visualize how beautiful it's going to be. And I want to show you because the front is going to be very organic and kind of free form. So I'm so excited about it. Can you see that? Now I know it probably is blending in a little bit with the tree behind it. Let me get over to the side and see if you can see it. Now you can see. So I'm leaving the top natural like this, and it's going to be even more pronounced because I'm going to make it look as if it's a 100-year-old vine arbor that has been growing here for a century. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'll keep you updated on that. If it weren't so nasty and freezing cold, I would be out here working today on it. But it's been raining all day. It's misting rain right now. But I just haven't made a video in so long that I just wanted to say hey to you guys and thank you so much again for following. And we'll go in the house now and I'll show you what I have going on in there. How you doing this morning, guys? You gonna talk to me? You're such pretty boys. Leo and Otis. Come here, boys. I'm always amazed at how the rain and the cold does not affect them one bit. They're just as happy as they can be, and they talk to me. They'll be completely quiet, and then I come outside and start talking to them, and they just chatter away. The cutest thing. I'll see you later, boys. Well, like I told you all, it has been raining and cold all day, really all day today and yesterday. So when it's cold and rainy and that kind of weather, I think of chili. So I've got a big old pot going in my Instapot, some wonderful chili, and I want to give you guys a little heads up. I'm really making a big effort this year to be more natural and just chemically aware of the things that I'm bringing into my home. And I've been learning about canned beans and things in cans having BPA. I read a statistic by the National Food and Drug Administration, and it said that 38% of all canned goods still have toxic BPA in the lining. That scares me. Do your own research. Do your own research, but I've been trying to get away from canned goods as much as I can, so I'm using dry beans. And I want to tell you how easy it is to make dry kidney beans in this chili. I mean, in this Instapot. Okay, let me tell you what I did. I took dry beans. I put water up to about, I think I put about 2 cups of dry beans. I put water enough to that first line in the liner. I put some seasonings like cumin and garlic and salt and pepper in with the beans. I cooked them for 20 minutes on the pressure cook. I took the lid, let the steam go down, took the lid off, stirred them to see how they were doing as far as tenderness. I cooked them for 15 more minutes. Perfect. So tender. So we're talking 35 minutes to go from dry beans to delicious seasoned beans ready for chili. And because I had the seasonings in with the Instapot already cooking the beans, it was so easy. I already had my meat made with the seasonings in it, and so all I had to do was add my tomatoes and my chili bean. I had the chili beans, the meat, and the tomatoes. Now, I will say this. I don't have a source for tomatoes, so I did have to buy canned tomatoes, which it bothered me, I have to tell you. But, you know, I am going to be growing lots of tomatoes this year. I know I'm realistic enough to know that I probably won't grow enough tomatoes to last me for a year, but I do look forward to trying to put up some tomatoes from our garden. And so I'm going to be switching over to fresh tomatoes. Even if I have to buy fresh tomatoes, I really want to slowly move away from canned products until they can tell us that there's no more of those toxic chemicals in the lining of those cans. That's just something I'm going to do for our family. You make your own decision on that. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what we do. So anyway, we have a nice hot pot of chili going, and I'm going to be trying a new recipe that I'm going to be putting on my blog, SouthernBellaHome.com. It is a website all about wholesome living with gracious farmhouse style. So that's what's going on in the kitchen. Now I'm going to take you over and show you a couple of little spring decorating things I've been working on. I have this little alcove in my kitchen up above the kitchen cabinets. It has the little dish rack, and then up above it I always try to keep something really cute and seasonal. And my husband gave me that beautiful print there for Valentine's. It has 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8, and I just love it. It's got rosemary on it. He knows that I have an herb garden and I love herbs. And so I thought, oh, that's going to be so pretty to style for spring. So I have 2 of my vintage enamel green teapots, a little small pot of eucalyptus, an antique ironstone platter, and I think it just all looks perfect for spring. What do y'all think? I'm happy with it, and it just makes me feel like maybe some of this cold and rain is gonna go away soon. Another little area that I've been working on today for spring is just this little table and this area right here. I had a chalkboard hanging here for my other tours, but this clock was what I had hanging here originally when we moved into the farmhouse. And I bought that little antique mirror probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago at a thrift store, and I just love it. It's got the beveled glass and the beautiful frame. I think it's oak, and it's got the you know, just the wear that an old mirror has. And that cotton, that beautiful cotton, my son grew that cotton. He is a farmer down south, and he grows cotton and peanuts, and he blesses me with some of that beautiful cotton every year. That's my sweet family in that frame. And if you notice the color of that frame, you'll see kind of the spring trend that I'm going with. I am using a lot of green, and there's a special reason for that you are gonna know about in the coming days. But right now I'm not gonna reveal it, but I'm gonna be sharing something about the color green in a future video and on the blog. Now I'm gonna take y'all and show y'all what's going on in the living room. All right, we're in the farmhouse front room, the living room, the room that used to be the front porch. And this side just looks like a normal, pretty room, right? There's a surprise waiting on the other side. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what my family's been having to put up with for the last 2 weeks. All right, here's the beautiful view out the front window. You see how we see the little creek and the pump and the dock. You can see the pond. Well, when you lower the camera down, you get to see the not so pretty. Well, it's pretty to me, but I took this whole front window area and made this my seed starting area. So these seeds have been in the dirt for 2 weeks, and almost everything has started coming up. You know, I don't have a greenhouse right now. My husband knows that I want one desperately, but I was not going to let that stop me from having my seedlings ready. And you can see that's tomatillas. And let's see, I have jalapenos coming up right there. These are Chinese long beans. And then all my different types of tomatoes are coming up. These are okra. Those are Roma tomatoes right there. Right there. And you see I have more seeds ready to go. And I have pots waiting. And then over here we have different tomatoes, and we have, let's see, we have cherry tomatoes, more long beans there in the window. We have watermelon and Kajaring melon. And something new that I'm trying this year is I'm trying to grow my own bay leaves, because you know bay leaves are very expensive. So I thought I should just get a couple of bay plants and try to grow my own. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. Anyway, friends, I know that this has been a little bit of a different video for you. It's not a tour and it's not a cooking segment. It's just kind of a say hello to you all and tell you what's going on here at the farmhouse. It's always busy here. There's always something going, but I will be back on track with lots more things coming up soon. We're going to be planting in that garden. You're going to get to see things coming up. I'm anxious to show you my arbor when it's all finished. We're going to put down pine straw and have stones, a stone walkway, and get the fence made. And then I'm going to get the rest of the spring decorating done, and I'm going to do some special recipes that I'm going to be featuring on my blog, but I'm going to do some cooking segments sharing those recipes with you, because my husband and I are making a real effort this year to, during the week, we're trying to cut out our carbs. We're really trying to do no carbs and no sugar during the week, and then if we have a treat on the weekend, that's okay. But we have health reasons why we're trying to do this. We're really trying to be more conscious about how we're treating our body, because we just want to feel good. It's not so much about looks as it is how we feel. So that's what's going on at the farmhouse. I want to invite you all to come over to SouthernBellaHome.com. Like I said, it's a wonderful blog all about wholesome living in our farmhouse with gracious Southern style. So you come over there and pay me a visit. Go see me on Facebook, Southern Bella Home. On Instagram, I'm Sharon at Southern Bella Home. I'd love to have you come over and follow me there, because a lot goes on over on Instagram that you don't get to see here on the videos. So y'all come follow me on Instagram. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button so that I know you enjoyed the content of this video, and ring that bell for notifications so that you'll know every time I post a new video and you won't miss a thing, sweet pea. Alright, y'all come back to see me, and I'll be talking to you real soon. Bye!